So we just got here to Vanspeed. I have my blank canvas and I hope to turn it into one of these. So follow me inside and I want to show you guys how we're going to take this simple van into one of the most high-tech grooming vans out on the market. Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Well, I got my van. It's ready to convert. I wanted to go over a little bit of the layout, kind of what goes into the van. Let's talk a little bit about the build so everybody can see what actually makes it a pretty badass van.
Sounds good. Let's go. Hey.
I like this table. You gotta get the table. It's cool. So what exactly are we looking at? I mean, let's kind of start from, I want everybody to understand what goes into the van, why it's there, and kind of how it all works.
Yep.
And how did you guys come up with this layout for the van?
So we had our engineering team look into it and really do some research on the ideal components to put into the grooming van. And then we took it to the road. We went out to local groomers. I actually took our first version of our van out to Arizona.
Nice.
I went to groomers' homes. You know, I showed up to retail shops.
Okay.
Just try to get as many eyes on the van and feedback as much as possible. And it was interesting. We actually started out this van with a table in the middle. We heard a lot of feedback of like people wanted to be able to move around the van. Our layout was quite different than how we have it now, but really the goal was to listen to groomer feedback.
So it seems like, I mean, again, this van is very well thought out. What about the build? I know that you guys have a big warehouse here, and what is the stuff that goes into it? Are you guys building most of the stuff here, the van that goes into the van?
We are. So all of the cabinetry that comes in the van, we make custom here. We're very particular about the materials that we put into the van. Everything is designed to be long lasting and waterproof. So we use marine grade Baltic birch wood for the cabinetry. It's what they use in boats. You shouldn't have to worry about your wood warping on you if it gets wet. So all of the cabinetry is done in-house. The floors, the ceiling, the walls, we made a fiberglass mold. That's all done in-house as well. We did leave some things up to the professionals. So the battery systems, for example, we have a manufacturer who manufactures our batteries. The table we use is WAGs.
You know, finding something universal for everybody is key.
Yes.
Realistically, we all can't have what we want, but we need to find something that works well for all of us, and we kind of adapt. Or that's how I feel. I'm more adaptable.
Exactly. Yes.
You know? But even one of the first times I saw your van was in Pasadena. So
Yes.
I really did like the layout.
Yeah,
It just looks a lot cleaner, nicer, like more modern. All right, so now that we've seen all of the van, let's actually go outside and take a look at it.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's
go.
take a look. Something that Eddie, we've been working on with Eddie actually, is coming up with a second version of this layout with a door in the partition.
Awesome.
So obviously sometimes it's nice for safety reasons to have access to the front
Yeah.
cab. So now we're offering an option with a front cab door. It will look a little bit different. Obviously you won't have this cabinetry here,
Okay.
but you'll have access to the front cab, which is nice.
So in some of our other vans, usually we have a table that either goes to the tub to get the dogs in the tub, or they have a little ramp. How do we get the dogs in this tub?
So there are two different ways. In addition to the wheeling table, you can also use this nice ramp here that we have in the tub. So you just pop this open, pull it down, and your larger dog can hop right into the tub that way. Makes it easy. Okay, so the back of the van, we spent a significant time on this, designing with this part with our engineering team. So what we wanted is sometimes in grooming vans, you see parts that are items that you may need to replace over time, like your water pump, for example.
Yeah.
Deep inside the vehicle, you have to remove panels and climb inside to access it. We wanted to make this just your one place where you can access all of your components should you need to do repairs. So everything's super accessible. The battery system, we just upgraded. Again, we added on this third battery. And we have these, custom encasings. Again, a 10-year warranty on this battery, so you should never have to touch the battery system. They are individually heated, they're waterproofed, so you should not ever have to worry about your batteries going out on you.
So real quick, one of the things that I want to point out is just how the details into building everything, that they have the Vanspeed logo here, we have the Vanspeed logo here. It could have just been tied down or covered, but
Right.
I really like the details that go into it. And I know that's kind of one of the things that because you guys can manufacture and do all these things in-house.
Super fun for our design team, our engineers. They always want to add like a little spice, a little design element to the van. So we try to put in our logos where we can and make it a little bit fun. So at Vanspeed, we've actually been building vans for a little over 8 years now. We started out in the luxury camper van space. And that eventually morphed into commercial vehicles and then eventually into dog grooming vehicles. And what's cool about Vanspeed is we do everything in-house here. So in the shop we have in-house fabrication, woodworking, welding, everything's done here. And as you can see here, actually, everything starts out from a sketch. So we have our engineering team sketch out the initial concept and ideas, and then it's literally taken all the way from sketch until reality. So we have the ability to test, to prototype, to scale up to large fleets. All of that is done right here in-house.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to be part of the team. I can't wait to have my van done.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Van's out.